Hi, for my assignment, I picked Jerusalem during the 7th century. One of the discoveries during this period was the Siloam Tunnel. It was built by the king Sennacherib. He built it like a protection, an extra protection against the Assyrians because they have some problems, political problems during that period. So on the tunnel have some inscriptions, and the inscriptions describe how the tunnel was built, and also how two teams met in the middle of the tunnel. The art function was very related to religion. An example of art during this period is the Dome of the Rock. The structure and the ornamentation comes from the Byzantines. The architecture used here is very related to the Byzantine religions building because they usually use buildings with circular or polygonal shape. So we don't have a square shape here like the Solomon Temple. In the interior, for the Dome of the Rock, and the interior and exterior was decorated with marbles, mosaics, and metals. A very important characteristic here is that they don't use humans or animal figures anymore. Instead they use botanical scrolls and basis motifs. In Jerusalem, from the Old Age, Jews were able to travel from Spain to Persia and beyond, so they were exposed to a cross-cultural exchange. One example of this exchange is the Dome of the Rock, because it is not just a building, it also shows us it's a symbol of a new religion that it's born during this period, that it's the Islam. So here we see a big political or religion problems, because Muslims think that the Dome of the Rock commemorate the night when the angel Gabriel came to Muhammad while he slept in the Mecca, and took him to Moscow in Jerusalem. And Jews think that here it's where Abraham was preparing Isaac to sacrifice him to the God. So here it's a big problem between both religions. The structures that I selected to compare were the Temple of Solomon, or built by the King Solomon in honor of the God. Also the Mormon's temples that are on different cities. They are similar because only special people can enter to these temples. Could be the priest, and they are different because the Mormons have a lot of temples around the world. The Jews only have this temple to worship God. One of the things that very surprised me and took my attention during this assignment is that now I know, because I went a little bit deeper into the history, why all the dispute and the disagreements with this place where the Dome of the Rock was built, because it was the same place where Abraham almost sacrificed Isaac, because it's the same place where the Temple of Solomon was, and is where the Dome of the Rock was built, of course. Yes, now I can understand a little bit more. One of my wishes for my husband and for my dad, it's one day go to Jerusalem. And when I will have the opportunity, now I will understand a little bit better. So thank you for this assignment. It also helps me a lot. Another thing that also surprised me is that it was so hard to find a sculpture during this period. Actually, I couldn't find one, and I was like, why? I don't see too much pictures about sculptures. And I think now I was reading a little bit more, I see that the reason could be because for Christians, we should not practice idolatry, because one of the commands is do not have idols. So I think it is also the reason why we see a lot of the decoration just in the mosaics, just with botanical figures like plants and all that kind of things. So yes, it is very important, and it really took my attention, that part. So, and no, it doesn't change how I think about my culture. It doesn't change what I believe, but it was very nice to know a little bit more about the history. So thank you so much for give us this assignment, and thank you so much for watching. Thank you.